Sono Chino Sarame JoJo!
What the fuck is happening?
Welcome to Click JoJo's Bizarre Presentation. PhazePoint is Intolerable.
Holy fuck. What am I in for here? I've never seen JoJo, to be clear.
I am JoJo. And this is going to be a introduction and also like a guess. So what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce you to some characters.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
The first part of it is going to be, hey, the whole thing is whether or not the character is a good guy or a bad guy. I'm going to give you a baseline for what JoJo good guys and JoJo bad guys are to start, so it'll help you. And then you're also going to tell me whether or not they're a vampire or they're a human.
What? There are vampires?
And then eventually that's going to get thrown out the window and not matter. And you're going to tell me whether, but we're just going to go for it, shall we?
Okay.
Shall we? So give it a click and that should just go away. Look at this, a blank screen. Click again. We have...
Jonathan Joestar.
Jonathan Joestar. Go ahead and we're going to click once.
I like that you used the classic,
the classic,
theme.
Yeah, we have to.
Okay, that's Jonathan.
Jonathan Joestar, again.
Okay, yeah, there he is.
Look at Jonathan Joestar. One more time.
Okay.
3 Jonathan Joestars.
Yes.
Look at him. Jonathan Joestar is the main character of the first series of JoJo. In fact, that's what his friends call him JoJo because that's his nickname.
Okay.
Jonathan Joestar, Joe. Easy enough, right?
Oh, JoJo.
Yeah, easy enough, right?
It's his bizarre adventure.
The first series is about Jonathan's bizarre adventure.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So let's click. What we got?
He's a himbo.
Yeah, he's a gentleman. He's very British, by the way. He's a British himbo. He is, in fact, I would say that Jonathan Joestar is the epitome of himbo, because he is. Look at that body.
Look at that. Yeah, look at the first
his
picture.
Poses.
Yeah.
All the pictures. Look at the abs on the second picture.
Yeah.
Bam.
I see what you're getting at.
And he is a gentleman, good boy who wants to feel good about everything. Next up.
Athletic.
He's athletic.
Could have guessed.
Next up.
Dog lover. All right.
Dog lover, yeah. He loves his dog.
He seems like an alright guy.
His dog. Yeah. Oh, hold on one second. A spider has dared enter my domicile. You dare approach me? Okay. Next up.
Click again.
Click again.
Sees good in others.
He sees good in others.
Somehow I'm still feeling like this is a villain.
Sure. What? I mean, it's not. This is the baseline for the good character.
Oh.
I'm giving you baselines.
You're establishing the baseline via
establishing baseline via characters,
all right.
And then we're going to get into the.
I thought it was going to flip the script and then.
No, Jonathan Joestar is the goodest of boys. He's the most himbo of himbos.
Okay.
He sees good in everybody.
Okay.
Look again.
He's a martial artist. Wow.
He's
talented.
Yes, he's a martial artist.
A lot of hobbies and skills.
Yep. He likes rugby. He was on a team.
Okay.
Next up.
Tragedy-filled life, of course.
Yes, tragedy-filled life. You know that dog that he loves so much? Maybe after immediately we were introduced to the dog and it was told, like, you're my best friend, buddy. The dog was then shoved into a incinerator and then burned to death.
Why?
We'll get to that reason later. Also, the girl he liked, somebody who knew he liked that girl, immediately grabbed her and kissed her without her consent and without his consent, just so he could say, I took the first kiss.
That's messed up.
It was me, JoJo. I kissed her first. Yeah, also his dad died due to an illness. What really wasn't an illness, it was poison. Yeah, someone was poisoning him. Yeah. His whole house burned down. The person he believed was his brother is a traitor and a betrayer and a liar and a monster. Yeah. Tragedy-filled life. His series ends as he's dead. He dies at the end of his series.
Oh.
JoJo. Next up. He is the biological father to many illegitimate children. At least four that we knew of. At least 4 that we knew of, yes.
So Jonathan Joestar gets around, okay.
I mean, it wasn't him, but...
What?
Next slide.
Okay, Dio Branch.
Dio Brando!
Is this the bad guy?
This is the baseline for villain.
Okay.
First pick. Look at that. Dio.
Not much distinction
Second pick.
build-wise.
Dio.
Okay.
Third pick. It was me, Dio.
He kissed the girl?
Yes! He did it, and then he said, it was me, I took your first kiss. Dio! That's him. That is baseline villainy.
Okay.
Petty villainy. So let's click on him.
He's low-born.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
His dad was a thief and a petty monster who basically caused his wife to die and was drunk. And on his deathbed, he gave his son, like, hey, take this, some rich old guy I helped. He's going to make you happy. He's like, cool, fuck off and die. Because he was the one poisoning his dad.
He poisoned
he did it to
JoJo's
his
dad?
and to his own dad.
Oh.
He's evil. Next up.
Adopted into wealth.
Adopted into the JoJo family. And Jonathan was...
Into JoJo's family?
Yes. Jonathan was excited because he's like, hey, I'm going to have a brother. And their first altercation, Dio was like, they got into a fight. Dio lost the fight, and Jonathan was punished. And Dio's like, I'm not strong enough to beat him. So I'm going to ruin his reputation. I'm going to make everybody thinks he's a liar. I'm going to kill his dog. I'm going to...
He put the dog in the incinerator?
Dio put the dog in the incinerator.
Whoa.
He's a monster. Next slide.
Cunning.
He's a cunning trickster because he couldn't beat him out openly, so he decided to just ruin his life secretly.
Yeah, he's a monster.
And then, when Jonathan beat him up for it, he's like, okay, now to make Jonathan think I'm a loving brother for the rest of our lives until I betray him.
This is like a Loki-Thor scenario a bit.
Yeah, except there's no redeeming qualities about Dio.
Okay.
Next up.
Yeah.
Mr. Steal Your Girl's First Kiss, it was me, Dio, da! He did it. It was him.
It's fucked up, Dio.
It's fucked up, yeah.
Fucked
also,
up.
he's named after Ronnie James Dio.
I have heard about this aspect of JoJo.
JoJo has a lot of musical references.
Yes.
And depending on the different series, they have other references too. Stone Ocean, which is the current anime being produced right now, has a bunch of musical references and also a bunch of fashion references. Yeah.
So
it's very...
Dior.
Yes.
Instead of Dio.
Well, no. Well, Dio's dead in that. Well, anyway. Next up... Like I was explaining to you earlier, he's a manipulative, ambitious sociopath. Yeah, he's a monster. Okay. He's a monster. There's one more thing. One more thing we need to click.
Doesn't remember how many breads eaten.
Do you remember how many breads you've eaten over the course of your life?
Do I remember how many breads I've eaten through my life? No.
Yeah. No. And that's the same sentence he used to describe how many humans he's eaten when he became a vampire.
He's a vampire?
He's a vampire! He becomes a vampire. Yes. Dio finds a stone mask that turns him into a vampire. And then he burns down...
And he's psyched about that?
Yeah. He gets to live forever and he has unimaginable power. He's a cunning, manipulative, ambitious sociopath.
Okay.
So that's the baseline villain.
Okay. And he's a vampire.
Yes, and he's a vampire. Yes. Do you feel like you know what a JoJo hero is and a JoJo villain is now?
I think yes, and I'm trying to sort of absorb the costumes as well.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. I like that.
He's got a lot of buttons.
Oh, they get wilder. Don't worry. JoJo costumes are the best. You also have to look at poses because JoJo poses are in fact great.
Okay.
They just you see how they just like they look like they're ready to be on a fashion walk at any moment. Yeah, it's great. It's going to get better. All right, so we just need to click next, okay?
Robert EOS Speedwagon.
Robert EOS Speedwagon.
Speedwagon, okay.
Let's go ahead and click. There he is right there with his...
God, oh boy. All right, we're going. We're cruising now.
Next picture.
Okay.
Oh, different hat. A little bit of a different hat.
Does that hat have blades on it?
It does. He uses it as a weapon. And nice. Then the last picture. Style. Yeah, the next picture. That's the same hat before the blades came out.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And
I
have to tell you whether, just based on these pictures.
So, is he a bad guy or a good guy?
Okay, well, he's got blonde hair. JoJo has blonde hair. He's in sort of a
JoJo did not have blonde hair. Dio had blonde hair.
Oh, shit. What color is JoJo's hair? I forgot.
It's bluish black.
Oh, it is? Well,
yeah.
JoJo is in a bluish suit. He is Good guy.
He's a good guy?
Yeah.
Okay, is he a vampire?
Yes, because of that last picture, he's given a look where he's like, I'm definitely a vampire.
Gotcha. Okay, so you were half right, half wrong. He is a good guy. He doesn't start out as a good guy. He starts out as a thug in an alleyway trying to, like, rob Jonathan Joestar. But JoJo beats him and then saves his life, essentially, and, like, is like, no, we're going to be good people. And then that changes Robert EOS Speedwagon forever. And he becomes the best friend of JoJo.
The best friend,
and then commits his life to running a Speedwagon Foundation to help the entire JoJo family deal with bad guys, the vampires and shit.
Okay. So, but he's not a vampire.
No, but he is a rags to riches man who learned not to be a punk in an alleyway because of the kindness of Jonathan Joestar.
Okay.
We all love Speedwagon. He's a homie.
I guess I understand. I see why he wouldn't be a vampire. I'm learning.
Yeah. No, you're learning. It's fine.
Wait, what's the next? Can I click? Oh, what the fuck?
Obey your masters!
Can I
click? We
have
in order.
Wait.
Order. Oh, don't worry. We have an order. We're gonna click together. Boom. AC/DC.
Okay. Oh, AC/DC.
Boom. WAMU.
WAMU. What?
Boom. Cars.
Like the movie?
No.
Oh, the band. The band, the Cars.
AC/DC, Wham, and Cars.
Oh, Wham.
AC/DC, WAMU, and Cars.
Okay.
Look at these poses.
Okay. Are those his pecs? No, that's something on his pecs.
That's something on his
AC/DC's?
pecs. Yeah, on AC/DC, yeah. All right, so the first thing is, are these guys, in order, we're going to do it, villain or hero? AC/DC is a?
Bad guy.
WAMU is a?
Good guy.
Cars is a?
Bad guy.
Okay, you were actually pretty close. I would say WAMU is kind of a good guy at the end, but he's definitely a villain. Now, vampire or not?
Ooh.
AC/DC.
Vampire, yes.
WAMU.
No.
Cars.
No.
They're all vampires.
What?
They're all vampires. They're the Pillar Men. They're the original vampires.
They're the original vampires?
They're the original vampires, yes.
If they're the original vampires, why are they dressed like they're going to a Motley Crue concert?
What are you talking
Wouldn't they be like in Victorian clothing or something?
They're known as the Pillar Men. No, in this one, vampirism is from a stone mask that
only the stone mask.
The stone mask, yes, and that it was like ancient blood magic ritual shit.
Okay.
That turned them into monsters, and this was from a long, long time ago.
Okay.
But they're the progenitors because they have horns.
How are they vampire progenies if it's a mask that does it?
That's a long process. They're super vampires. They have complete control of their bodies.
Do they make the masks?
That wasn't really explained.
Who makes the masks? Where do the masks come from? How many are there?
There's only one stone mask that.
Okay, so they're all vampires. They're all bad.
Yes.
But the middle guy, I was closer.
The middle guy, after the battle he had with that series Joestar, Joseph Joestar. Because I forgot to tell you, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure follows the JoJo family line because Jonathan dies at the end, right?
So it's just a different JoJo?
This is from part 2 called Battle Tendency. This is the grandson of Jonathan Joestar. Joseph Joestar fights these guys.
Okay.
I did not, and for a lot of you watching, I'm probably going to get flack if I don't address this now. Joseph Joestar is not in this presentation. I feel like I have to address this. Joseph Joestar is not in this presentation because I feel like there's a lot of stuff we can do with JoJo, and I just want to do some base stuff, and then we can maybe do this again later if this is okay. Joseph Joestar is a lot of people's favorite JoJo, and I understand that completely, me, myself, being a Joseph Joestar. Just know that he will come and he will be glorious. I had to do this first.
What the fuck is going? Okay.
This you don't understand. JoJo's is powerful. JoJo's is everything. All right, click one more time. Ah!
Oh, what the fuck?
Behold, the Pillarman. Perfection.
That loincloth is barely doing its job.
Exactly. Yep.
That is a lot of pubis.
That's a lot of everything, isn't it? They're perfect beings, Eric.
Okay.
All right, next up.
Zawaldos! The fuck? Okay, so who's that?
Oh, that's Dio.
Oh, that's Dio, and he is
back in part
everybody?
3. Yeah, he's... Well, what do you think is happening right now? 'Cause I'm about to introduce you to another thing.
Okay. He is freezing people so that he can eat them.
Pretty good. Go ahead and click. As you can see, he no longer is Dio Brando. He is now all caps locks Dio.
And
just
the world?
Dio and the world. So this is a part 3. This is Stardust Crusaders. Vampires still exist, but they're like, you know what? Vampires, boring. That's boring shit. People don't care about vampires anymore.
The vampires are gone now?
Vampires are boring. They're not important. The Ripple, which is the kind of like magic kung fu they did in the last 2 series, that's boring. Not important. Throw that out. We now have something called stands. Stands are a weird psycho manifestation of hidden power within yourself. They're ghosts that only other stand users can see, unless your stand is a physical manifestation. There's a lot going on here. So, first click. There's Dio.
Okay. What? Who the fuck is that?
That's his stand, the world.
So it's like a persona?
Yeah. It's called a stand because they stand next to you. It can...
Why is he like 3D now?
Well, that's just an image I picked up. If you click again, there's another picture of Dio
and the world.
Yeah,
that's like the... Okay.
Yeah, and then a third picture of Dio and Zawaldo.
So now I have to tell you if this Dio is a good guy?
No. This is me introducing you to stands.
Okay.
So, Dio comes back in part 3, right?
Okay.
After being beheaded, he's back.
What?
Yep, he got beheaded by Jonathan Joestar in part 1. And then Jonathan Joestar got attacked by him as a head with his zombie minions at the end of his series and died holding Dio's head.
Okay.
So what Dio did, because he's a smart vampire dude, is he decapitated Jonathan Joestar and attached his head onto Jonathan Joestar's body, and now he has a body again.
Wait, how did he decapitate somebody if he himself was decapitated?
Because he has complete control of his
of the stand?
arteries. Of his
arteries.
The
arteries?
And his arteries were like, and like cut off the head. And he's
what?
like, I'm going to go under this head. And then I'm going to be in the ocean for years until someone takes the coffin back up. And now I'm back, and I have my head on Jonathan Joestar's body. And that's why Jonathan Joestar has 4 illegitimate children.
Okay, can I ask... what the fuck?
Yeah, because Dio fucks. And he fucked using someone else's body. And he made 4 illegitimate children.
Prediction. Jonathan Joestar's body has some good left in it and tries to influence Dio's head.
I wish.
That doesn't happen?
Doesn't happen.
He just uses his dick?
And his whole body. That whole body is Jonathan Joestar's body.
Okay.
That's not... The only natural Dio thing about him left is the head. But there's Dio, and that's his stand known as the world.
It's a cool name. Dio with the world.
Yeah, and you had a very good guess. His stand, its power is to stop time for, I think, a maximum of 10 seconds. And then he can move around and do whatever the fuck. Also,
but he no longer wants to drink people's blood.
No, he still does.
What?
He's still a vampire.
Okay.
He just wants to rule the world, but now still gain power. He's always a power-hungry maniac.
Okay.
Except now he has the power of a stand and a vampire.
Uh-huh.
So he's flying around, eating people, throwing knives while time is stopped. That's why he's got so many knives. He throws a bunch while time is stopped, and then when he resumes time, everybody's just fucking stabbed. It's kind of cool. Yeah, he comes back. He's a villain. He can stop time. Other things that a lot of stands can do, there can be labeled as like, you know, this is a straight up punch ghost is what we call it, because not only can it stop time, but it can also punch really fast and beat people up. And nobody knows, unless you can see it, you just start getting beat up to death for no reason.
Like One Punch Man?
No, like a bunch of punches, like 1,000 punches.
A bunch of Punch Man?
Yeah, and he yells Muda, which is useless in Japanese, while doing it. So he goes, Muda, 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 and then all of a sudden it's just punches. Punches everywhere from a ghost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Dio. This is the world.
All right.
You get good. So now the question is, hero, villain, vampire. Although vampire's going to get thrown out right afterwards. And then you're going to say, what does the stand do? Like, what's the power of the stand?
All right.
All right. Ready?
All right.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh!
Click! Whoa! Okay. You see that? Did you see that?
I'm seeing it.
Okay. Click again.
You got it. You got it up for the people?
Yeah, I got it up for the people. Click one more time.
Oh, what the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Oh, what the fuck?
He's gonna fold. He's gonna eat himself. Yep.
Okay.
And then one more click. This is Vanilla Ice and his stand cream.
Oh,
God. Vanilla ice cream. Yeah.
Am I clicking for the pictures?
Yeah, click for the pictures. We got Vanilla Ice right there.
Okay.
Another click will show you cream.
Yeah, the cream was just eating himself. Okay.
Yeah, and then one more click. Vanilla Ice and cream.
All right, Vanilla Ice is a bad guy.
Okay.
Vanilla Ice is a bad guy.
Uh-huh.
And he is not a vampire. And Cream's ability is some sort of consumption-based thing, clearly. Why would he eat himself, though? Can he eat himself and create a singularity that then sucks in time and space?
You're not too off the mark. You're really not too off the mark.
That's upsetting.
So, let me tell you that stand powers become bullshit and crazy. They started introducing stuff like, this is precision based and can punch really strong. This one has control of fire. This one was created because the creator was like, I'm thinking about the idea of nothingness. So, that's what Cream does. The Cream, as a stand, the power is he can erase things by sending it to a different dimension. This usually instant kills a lot of things, because he'll, like, go through a pillar or swipe someone's neck, and, like, he'll erase the bit of skin that existed there by sending it to another dimension, and you'll become decapitated. His introduction is he immediately kills a main character.
Who?
Vanilla Ice and Cream. Oh, like, or who the main character is? You don't know. You don't even know. We'll get to that later.
So he does sort of create a singularity.
So what he does is, yes, that thing you saw where he's eating himself and disappearing, he becomes an orb that is like a teleportation to the void. So he erases things out of existence when he passes through them that way. Yeah.
I was not far off.
Yeah, you were. Unfortunately, he can't see what's going on when he does that because he ate himself.
Okay.
Which is why he has, like, Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice has to guide him?
Vanilla Ice kind of, like, he'll unhinge a little bit, like in that middle picture. And Vanilla Ice will poke his head out and be like, okay, where are we going next? And then he'll re-swallow, and then he'll move forward in that direction. JoJo. Yeah, you're right. He is a villain.
Okay.
You were pretty spot on with the stand. He is unfortunately the last vampire that we see in the series.
The final vampire. I should have guessed.
Besides Dio, yeah, he is a vampire.
I should have guessed. All right, what do we got?
He got the same heart motifs, you know?
Yeah. Damn.
All right.
Heart's blood. Heart's blood. Right.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, I guess so.
Click.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah! This is an example of the stand. What are you seeing, Eric?
The stand can spawn a helicopter that shoots a lot of guns.
Mm-hmm. Is that the only thing you're seeing?
Oh, there's like a whole little army down there.
Right.
He spawned a whole little army.
Yep, let's go ahead and click. This is Keiichi Nijimura and his stand, Bad
Company.
Yep. So there's a picture of
I can't deny.
He might have Bad Company on his neck.
Bad Company.
Click again for the stand image itself.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
And then let's click a third time.
Okay.
Boom.
The stand is the little mini military man.
Yes.
Okay.
And then did you click a third time?
Yes.
All right. So, what is Bad Company? What does it do?
Well, okay. Bad Company is the stand, right?
Yes.
So the stand here, what it does is multiplies into an army, or I guess they already are the army. Mm-hmm. They create some sort of force field, and then just attack in full force.
Okay.
They have a variable amount of military men that they can just poof into existence. Right. Keicho Nijimura is a good guy.
Okay.
And nobody's a vampire anymore.
Yes, that's true. All right. So, you were spot on. The force field, that's just that stuff around him. That's just for effect.
Okay.
That's not. There's no real force field. Okay. That's just his anime cool shit.
Okay.
That they are literally just a bad company of soldiers, little tiny soldiers, with full on helicopters, bullets, like tanks, like that's his stand. When he's introduced, he's a villain. He's doing bad stuff. And then before any other things can happen, he does die. But he is a villain.
Oh,
technically, Nijimura. It can be argued that he was misguided, but when we see him, he is a villain.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and click for a bonus.
Oh, live action.
Live action Keicho Nijimura. Because we had a live action version of... We had a movie version of the first couple episodes of this season. It's called... this is from JoJo Diamond is Unbreakable.
He's got the stance down.
He does. I can tell you, the poses. We got poses in JoJo. It's all we do here. Mm-hmm. All right. You did pretty good. That's a good pose. All right. Go ahead and click again.
Oh! Okay.
Oh.
Jar?
I'm gonna let you process this. Let me know when you're done.
Jar of Hearts. Running around with a jar of hearts.
I think you're looking for a music reference and not trying to figure out what he's doing.
He is taking a jar, and he's taking the... Did he have the jar already? And then he pulled the heart out into a jar? Put it into a jar. I have no idea what's going on. Let's go forward.
Boom. This is Josuke Higashikata.
Okay.
And Crazy Diamond.
Okay.
So there's Josuke. There's a picture of Josuke.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Look at that pose.
Mm-hmm.
And then a picture of Crazy Diamond.
Shine on you, Crazy Diamond. I get it.
Exactly. And then the third picture is Josuke standing next to Crazy Diamond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Boom. All right. So first thing is Josuke Higashikata. Good guy or bad guy?
Hearts are bad, I've learned. Hearts are bad. He's a villain.
Okay.
And he just looks like a smug motherfucker.
He is kind of a smug motherfucker. Yeah.
I just want to punch his... He's got a punchable. He's like a rich guy who's like, my yacht will save me. Crazy Diamond runs around with his jar of hearts.
Okay.
Rips them out of people, jars them up, and I don't know, keeps them.
Gotcha. Okay. Heard. So, Josuke is a good guy.
What?
He's the main character.
What?
Part 3. He is the illegitimate child of Joseph Joestar.
I should have known his name's Joe.
Yep. He is a JoJo. He is a punk with a pompadour.
Yeah.
Who's a nice guy though. His stand, Crazy Diamond, is a traditional punch ghost. It can go around punching things and beating things up. But what you saw was his ability to revert things back to what they used to be. So, first, he punched through his own mother's heart.
That was his mom?
He punched through his own mother's heart and body to grab a jar she was holding and break it. And then he pulled back so that way he could grab the jar away from the mom without her knowing. And then also repaired her before she died.
There is no way that I would have ever guessed that.
It's a hard thing to like. I had to think of what's a good one to show that he can.
So let me recap that real quick.
Sure.
So his mom was holding a jar.
Yes.
And that jar was going to hurt her.
Yes, exactly. There was an evil
And
stand
so
inside the jar.
he needed to punch through her,
Yeah.
grab the stand in the jar,
Yeah.
rip back through,
Yeah.
and in doing so, repaired the mom and the jar.
Yep.
And
I told you the powers get crazy. there's
That's not a power that anybody has. That's not a power that anybody has ever had, and I appreciate it.
It's the closest thing to healing we get in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, even though it doesn't heal. Even though it doesn't really heal.
Does not really heal.
No, because he can't cure diseases with it. Because a disease isn't something wrong with you, it's just something that you're growing.
He can't go in and be like, bleep, 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 bleep.
Nope. He can, however, like, break down a wall, and then afterwards, walking through it, the wall will reassemble itself.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool applications for his powers, and that's the whole thing about JoJo, right? Is like you get
interesting limitations too.
Yeah, interesting limitations and crazy powers, and a lot of the fights are more like puzzles and trying to figure out how they're gonna get out of shit.
That's exactly what Kevin was saying when we were streaming and we were talking about JoJo. Is that yeah, it's like a puzzle thing.
Yeah, which is neat. It's very neat. JoJo's is very it's crazy. It's a very interesting watch. I'm excited as we keep moving forward. But yeah, you were I'm sorry, that was a hard one because the heart motif. The guy who Araki, the creator, he just likes putting hearts on things.
Okay, that is not an indicator. I thought it was.
It's not always an indicator. Okay. No. Ready?
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Boom. Oh look, it's a bonus. Looks like live action Josuke Higashika does right there. Look at that. He looks great.
Okay. He looks like less of a douche when he's live action.
Okay.
So.
Next picture.
Okay.
Oh, here we go, baby.
Fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
This is one of my favorites. This is one of my personal favorites. What are we seeing?
Well, they're numbered because there are 7 of them. And they're riding bullets. They can guide bullets. I'm sure they don't create the bullets. They have to ride on the bullets. And guide them.
Looks cool, right?
There's just 7 little things, like thing 1 and thing 2. We're going. I've got this one locked in.
All right. Click. We have Guido and Sex Pistols.
The Sex Pistols. Okay.
Yeah. So first up, we're gonna show an image of Guido. Bam. Look at that. Boom. Now we're gonna show the Sex Pistols. Okay. All 6 of them.
And one of them is not. It's like when. Okay. There's not a 4th one, so you're always looking for the 4th.
No, well, it's because Guido is in Japan. There is a thing about 4 being an unlucky number, and
okay.
He's like, no, I hate the number 4. I would never have a number 4. And then let's do one more click. And another click.
Okay.
Guido and Sex Pistols.
What is he doing with his belly button, dude?
Well, first off, it is a crop top. His shirt does end right here. He's just doing this, actually.
He's just going like...
Well, he's actually just doing this, but his shirt ends right here. It looks like he's lifting his shirt up, but he's not. So, Guido, is he a good guy or a bad guy?
I think Guido's a good guy.
Okay. And Sex Pistols, what do they do?
They are not creating the bullets, but once they're shot from that gun, they can guide them.
Yeah. Correct. They go around kicking the bullets in proper directions so Guido can just shoot people. They can reload the gun for Guido too.
Nice.
If there's something wrong with it. Yeah. So yeah, you are spot on with Sex Pistols and their ability. Good job.
He's a bad guy though?
So Guido is meh. He's a meh. So here's the thing. In the context of the show, he is our ally, he is our friend, he is a good guy. He is a gangster. Okay. He is a gang member, and his whole goal is to make sure him and his gang rise to power. But he is our hero's friend.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A little ambiguous, but I'll take the point. I'll take the point.
I love Sex Pistols. They're great. It's a stand that is somehow 6 creatures with all different personalities.
They do seem like a lot of fun. Yeah. I would invite them to a party for sure.
Poor number 5 always gets bullied by the other ones. Look at his face.
Yeah, he looks like he's having the worst time.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh God.
Dun, 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 dun. Whoa! You have to watch.
Oh, what the fuck is this? Wait.
Yeah, watch, click, punch, right?
Okay, then
all of a
there's
sudden,
and then plants come out of. Okay, punch, ground. He punches the ground. Are the plants coming out of the ground?
yes, they're coming out from where he punched.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
This is Giorno and Gold Experience.
Okay.
That's a whole album. Gold Experience. The Gold Experience.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a picture of Giorno.
Weird cutout for the shirt.
And then there's his stand, the Gold Experience.
What the fuck?
And then one more click shows Giorno and Gold Experience together.
Okay.
This is my favorite JoJo pose. Grab the shirt, grab the opening in the shirt while also tucking down the shirt. Little yeah. So, first things first, is Giorno a good guy or a bad guy?
Bad guy.
Okay. And what does Gold Experience do?
Gold Experience creates plant life. Gold. He has to punch where Gold Experience lands. It seems, and then plants emerge, and the plants can entangle people. It's only those vines, and they are. He's like a nature stand.
Gotcha. Okay, so the answer is meh, because he is also a gangster.
Okay.
But also
Morally ambiguous.
He's the son of Dio.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
This also makes him technically the son of Jonathan Joestar.
Uh-huh.
His name is Giorno Giovanna, and he is the JoJo of Part 4. He's the main character.
Giorno
Giovanna, and he has a dream to be the gang star.
The gang star?
The gang star.
That's
yes.
what they call it?
He's going to be the biggest mob boss around, and he's going to like be a good mob boss who helps the community, but also still has to make a profit. We're introduced to him stealing and scamming one of the main characters from the prior part.
And what does his thing do?
His stand is life-giving. It's one of the most bullshit stands, and it's hard to explain. That's why I chose that. So, he punches, and you saw how life grew, right? It was cool and crazy. He can also punch someone so that they have so much life force energy that their mind is going faster than their body, and they can't react properly. So he can take advantage of that. He can also turn other things into life. So he, for example, turned a wallet into a frog. So when a person he was fighting with saw the frog and took a shovel and hit it, he killed the frog, right? But he also has reflective attacks. So any creature he makes out of life energy will reflect attacks back to him. So he basically had a dude kill himself by making a frog out of a wallet. At one point, he's drinking tea that somebody took a piss in. And in order to, drink it and not throw up, he turned one of his teeth into a jellyfish.
Why did somebody piss in the tea?
Why
did somebody piss in the tea?
And then he turned a tooth into a jellyfish, so that way the jellyfish could absorb it, and he didn't drink any of the piss tea.
Piss tea?
Jellyfish tooth, yeah. He also has a healing ability where he can, take matter and, oh, hey, you got shot by a bullet. I'm going to punch you, and the bullet's just going to turn into the skin that it just fucked up and replaced.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's very painful. His healing abilities are painful, and people scream in pain when he does it. But it's better than dying, right?
Yeah.
So his power is life, and it's ridiculously bullshit.
Okay.
He is the son of Dio and Jonathan. He is the hero of Vento Ario, Golden Wind, and he's one of my favorites.
All I heard is frog wallet, jellyfish, piss tea, and I am out. I am out.
Some of these powers get crazy. We haven't even. This is
how many more are there?
We only have a few. I just wanted to cover some of the parts. That way, if we do this again, we'll be fine.
Future.
Click. Boom.
What the hell is going on? Is that guy just naked? Is he wearing just a thong? Those cheek shorts? Zombie. web.
So the strings are a different stand. That's not what you're looking at.
I'm just looking at the assless.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's got pants on. That's just how it's drawn. That's why there's like different lines.
I see. He's just caked up.
Yeah, he's just caked up.
Okay.
He's just caked up. I mean, if you can tell, JoJo has a lot of caked up people in general. Caked up, beefed up. You ready to click?
Uh-huh.
This is Sports Max and his stand, Limp Biscuit.
Limp Biscuit? We're really bringing Limp Biscuit into this?
Yeah, we are.
Well.
All right. So there's Sports Max.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then here's a representation of his stand, Limp Biscuit.
Oh, okay.
Araki got the idea for like the way the stand looks at by watching the movie The Invisible Man.
Oh,
he's like, and he was bleeding and it looked cool, so I wanted to do that.
Okay.
And then the next picture, bam, is Sports Max using the power of Limp Biscuit.
No hot dog flavored water, which I'm a little bit disappointed about.
What?
Limp Biscuit. The album. Anyway, listen.
Gotcha. All right, so is Sports Max a hero or a villain?
Oh, that's some villainous stuff, dude.
That I'm gonna tell you right now. That's a give. That's a give. He's like, there's no way you do this and you're not a villain.
That's some villainous shit going on there. His stand is some sort of underworld demon, has come up from the depths, manifested as a bunch of red blood fabric, and can summon more demons from the depths temporarily. But they can't. They can only scare people. They can't touch people or hurt them, but they can fear them into paralysis. They can frighten them into scaries.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so you're absolutely correct. Sports Max is a villain. There's no beating around the bush. He's a villain. Limp Bizkit's stand, Limp Bizkit's power is the ability to make invisible zombies, but they're invisible zombie ghosts out of dead corpses. So the dead corpses don't move, but they get zombie ghosts that are just actual representations of them.
But you need the corpse.
You need the corpse, and they definitely can bite and attack and hurt people.
No, I was wrong.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah. So that clip that you saw in the beginning with them shuffling, the reason why the string was there, so that way they could tell where they were at. That was someone else's stand.
The zombies could tell where they were? Oh, because they're invisible to them.
Yeah, they're like, we're fucking fighting them, and that's why they spilled stuff on the invisible zombies, so they could see them too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Puzzle.
Yeah. This is from Stone. Exactly. It's a giant puzzle fight. This is from Stone Ocean.
Don't know what that is.
That's the fourth part. I'm showing you 2 from every part is what I'm doing.
Okay.
And then, if people like this, we'll break down heroes and villains from parts specific.
From parts unknown?
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. Punch. And a CD. He can create disk drives in people's faces.
Looks like it looks like 2.
All right. That's what I'm going with. I'm locking that in. Let's click ahead here.
This is Enrico Pucci and his stand, Whitesnake.
Of course it is.
There's Enrico Pucci. Look at how his eyebrows go to his hair.
Okay, that's...
And here's Whitesnake.
Whitesnake's cool.
Whitesnake is cool. One more picture shows them together.
He's holding a bunch of CDs.
Yep. So, Enrico Pucci. Is he a bad guy or a good guy?
He is a good guy, but a little bit morally ambiguous. Okay. And this reminds me, there's a Cenobite in one of the Hellraiser movies, maybe it's 2 or 3, where the guy just shoots discs out of his mouth, like CDs.
Okay.
That kind of reminds me of this, but it looks like his stand can create disc drives in people, and the way that he kills them is by inserting his discs into people.
Okay.
Into the drives that he creates.
Right. Nice.
Am I right?
So you're kind of right. He does create discs out of people. Enrico Pucci.
He puts them on a disc?
So here's what happens, right? So the power of Whitesnake is twofold. It can punch somebody and like do normal punch stand stuff, but it creates discs as well. So you saw how he hit that person, and they made 2 discs. One disc is all of that person's memories. The other disc was that person's stand. He can then take those and implant them into different people. So he can give somebody someone's memories, and then he can also just give people other people's stands.
That's kind of cool.
Yes,
but he does create disk drives in people then. I was right about that.
A little bit of that, yes. And
is he
Enrico
evil?
Pucci, he's the antagonist. He's the bad guy.
Oh, okay.
You misguided, yes, because he met Dio when he was younger, and they became best friends, hanging out shirtless, reading books on a bed. Don't worry about it. And he believed Dio is God, and that his whole goal is to make a perfect world. And the perfect world is in Dio's vision, so it's actually very fucked up. And basically, his whole deal is that he's creating villains using stand discs.
Oh, okay.
In order to draw out someone so he can make the perfect world. Yeah, he's got
he's taking
plan.
their little memories and discs and then putting them in evil people.
Yeah, essentially. And then just making new stuff all the time.
All right.
Yep.
Fine.
Yep.
Is that it?
I believe that is it. I did not go into the other 2 parts because I felt like we would probably go too far in the time.
Oh, yeah, but that's fine. I had a good time.
Yeah. This goes up to Stone Ocean. There's 2 more parts after this. Steel Ball Run and JoJolian. Those don't have animes yet. But, yeah. Where are you going back all the way to?
I just wanted to see, the one that really got me was Crazy Diamond.
Crazy Diamond! Oh, you're watching the GIF again to see if you can...
Yeah, what the
see
fuck?
See how the body repaired and then the glass shards went to his hand, so he held it?
Is this guy okay? Is the creator of this show, is he alright?
Araki?
Yeah.
He's a genius.
It's very creative.
Yeah. He I will say that the stand that we ended on, and like the series that we ended on, was so like top tier and end game that he's like, alright, I've reached a plateau in this world. So what I'm going to do is at the end of this series, we're going to reset the entire universe and then have an alternate universe timeline. And that's what we're going to do for the next parts of JoJo.
Christ.
It's insane.
I will check it out sometime.
We're going to go back to...
I'm looking at the discs now.
You're looking at the discs now? Oh, Golden Experience. It's crazy, isn't it? I'm just going to flash forward back to the end screen. But yeah. A lot of musical references. I mean, I haven't even shown you some things that you would probably know. I haven't shown you Black Sabbath. I haven't shown you Green Day. Haven't shown you Born This Way. Haven't shown you White Album, and then its substand, because there are substands. Some stands have secondary stands. White Album's substand is Gently Weeps.
Gently Weeps. I see.
From the song, in that album. And then there's King Crimson with his substand Epitaph.
Of course there is. Of course there is!
Yeah. But don't worry. If we do this next time, we won't even be on stands anymore. We'll just go back to vampires for a bit.
Okay, yeah. The vampires were crazy. Alright, well that's our PhazePoint. Yep. Thanks if you've made it all this way. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for spending some of your time with us.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.